about you? What are the changes that you've seen maybe in the last 10 years of living here?
Well, there are much more rainbow colorful
Yes.
public transport lines. The red line, the pink line, the
yes.
yellow line, the green line, the whatever. And that makes the city more accessible. And I love that. So before it was difficult to go from where I live in Sathorn to go, for instance, to Chatuchak or to Chengwatana, what we often have to do, as we discussed before. Then, but now it is not yet easy, but more easy than before.
Yeah. So what about you? After arriving here in Bangkok and now today, what's the difference that you see?
All right, so aside from the developments that they already mentioned, I think one improvement is also the fight towards equality. Like, Bangkok is not just about being rainbow ash. I mean, Thailand has been called out many times that they are just using the rainbow community to attract more tourists. But right now, you have a very strong legal action. You have the same-sex marriage that you can now marry whatever sex you have here in Thailand. And I think that is a good step towards equality that has changed when I first came here. But right now, I think one thing that I noticed is that the public health, when it comes to the sexual health, the sexual education is very strong here in Thailand. And even in campuses, when I studied at Chula, you can even like see some booths selling or not selling, like educating people, and then they have condoms there. And also it's so accessible to access, sexual health test, STDs as well. It's easy to access STD tests, so it's easy to access that. And also PrEP for LGBTQ members, it's so easy to access that. So I think this change is really important, knowing that Thailand is not just using us, part of the LGBTQ plus community, to promote tourism, but also be part of this inclusive society. But moving forward, how I wish that Bangkok will also have testing in most places. Most of the testing centers are in Siloam. And I feel like if we just put it in gay-friendly or rainbow streets, it might create the stigma and might proliferate that idea that, because you're a member of the LGBT, you might have an HIV. And we are trying to educate people more that anyone, if you have an active sex life, then you might encounter HIV. It's not just for people who are in the LGBT spectrum, but also for everyone. And I hope that if we are looking forward for a more inclusive LGBTQ plus community, I think we should have testing centers everywhere.
My next question is, okay, as an LGBTQ person living here in Bangkok, you probably feel safe, right, living here? Like, because my next question is, like, how safe do you feel living in Bangkok? Yeah. So you feel safe, right? Is there any difference, like, from living in the Philippines and in Bangkok?
Oh, big difference. In the Philippines, we are a Catholic country. You cannot say that I am gay. You cannot say that in the Philippines because, a lot of things like family dynamics. Maybe your family is a very religious family. You cannot just, also for your profession, you might, other people might not take you seriously because you are part of the LGBTQ plus community. Now the Philippines is changing to be more accepting, but still we don't have the Soju bill. The Soju bill is like your gender identity bill. We don't have that still in the Philippines. Here in Thailand, you have so much more. You have same-sex marriage already. And I think I feel safe here, not just because it's branded as a gay haven, but here I can say that I am gay most of the time. Even I am a lecturer, I can easily say that to my students. Even if I am a student at Chula, no one will discriminate me because I am gay. No one will not hire me because I am gay. No one will discriminate me to take an exam or to pursue my dream just because I'm gay. And that's different in the Philippines because if you are gay, you might not get what you want or your dream. So yeah.
Just to raise, sorry.
Well, I just want to say it's much bigger than that. Bangkok has always been an incredibly safe city.
Yes.
Ever since I first came here, women, young women, middle-aged women, men, haven't even thought, they've given two thoughts to walking home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, it has always been profoundly safe. And to me, as a father of daughters, to me that is probably the thing Bangkok should be most proud of. Of everything it's achieved, the BTS and the Pride and all the rest of it. The fact is that even now, in modern days, a young man, a young woman, whatever, can walk the length of Sukhumvit Road and feel safe and know they'll get home.
And
And
I
that-
agree.
On
incredible,
on that point, it's a very good point, but obviously complacency is a danger. If you become complacent and feel you're safe, totally safe, wherever you are, there are dangers. But if you go to England now, you will not feel safe at all, in whatever city. Whatever city. And also talking about discrimination in terms of the LGBTQ community, Thailand is open to all that, and that's the wonders of this country, is that there's nobody discriminating against you. They're not saying you're gay, we're not going to talk to you. In other countries, that happens all the time. So discrimination and feeling that the safety of feeling that is wonderful. So Thailand is a big difference about that. Right? Any part in England right now, you cannot. I don't know when the last time we were in England, but
My daughter, who works for an airline,
Absolutely.
has just got locked up in Manchester for about 10 days because of the Middle East oil crisis. She was on a flight that flew from Doha to Manchester, and then they couldn't go back to Doha again. 8 days in Manchester. She didn't even leave the hotel. Everybody, the airline, the hotel, the people around them were saying, don't, for God's sake, go out and wander around Manchester. Not safe.
Do you feel safe, like living in Bangkok?
I'm from Indonesia, well, I'm Muslim, which in Indonesia I'm the majority, right?
Yes.
But coming here and then, well, I'm the minority. But I don't feel afraid at all. Even if I have to walk home, like say at 2 a.m. because of work, or just coming from my friend's home, I'll just feel safe. Even I think that we Muslim like have to pray like 5 times a day, and there is one time that I and my friends visited a temple, and we just catch up with the time, and okay guys, we just pray at the parking lot, and no one bother us, no one, and just okay, they just do what we did, and that's all. And I think I really respect people in Bangkok for that. And, yeah, thank you.
Well, Bangkok itself, if you try to identify any pockets of racial discrimination, you'll be struggling. You simply don't find that attitude, that bad attitude towards different races, different people. This racial profiling, racial discrimination, I don't think it even exists in Thailand. But most countries I've been to, there's pockets where you just simply can't go. The discrimination is so intense that it's uncomfortable. I don't feel that in Bangkok, I really don't. So there's a lot of, everywhere has its positives and negatives, but as long as you're not complacent, you don't fall into a trap of feeling totally secure. I have had situations where I forgot camera gear on my bike. It's still there a day later. It would not happen in England. It simply wouldn't.
Do you feel safe living in
I
Bangkok?
feel safe. And I told you that I do not want to go back to Europe because the aggression is very high. Even in my quiet city in the south of the Netherlands, the aggression gets high. People are politically against each other, and they take the asylum, people who are looking for asylum as the bad persons. But that is, of course, not the problem. The problem is housing and more money for goods and whatever, economically. But there's a very tough situation between people, and that is not pleasant. When I read Dutch newspapers, what I do daily, then I even skip the articles about that because it is make me sad. And then here I read also the Thai newspapers. Yeah, no, not. I skip here more the political things, but but in general, yeah, I like the pleasant atmosphere in the streets, among people, and yeah, everywhere.
Do you feel safe living in Bangkok?
Yes, of course, I feel really safe because I can feel free to get home late or walk over to street 2 or 3 a.m. and I don't see any problem at all. And I feel like people here they don't judge each other, and I'm quite
That's a good point.
yeah, don't judge each other. They accept the diversity and difference. And I feel like it's really Bangkok to me is very safe place and very welcoming land for me so far. Yeah.